Hi there, welcome to today's video. My name is Henry Smith and from IamWealthyandRich.com. IamWealthyandRich.com is a website dedicated to, first of all, we're doing a video series on wealth creation in action. And our mission statement is to show people how to understand the game of money and play it well. Now, the I'm Wealthy and Rich name is the name which was chosen in order to serve people who use that name, such as yourself. So by using the name I Am Wealthy and Rich, you're benefiting yourself, not me. I am wealthy and rich, I use it myself and it benefits me. If you use the term I am wealthy and rich, that benefits you. And like I said, what our mission is and what we're all about is showing people how to understand the game of money and play it well. That's what it's really about. Most people don't understand the game of money, neither do they play it well. And understanding the game of money and playing it well, it's very different from understanding the game of business and play it well. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute. But what I've been doing is developed a portfolio, and since last summer 2020, May, June 2020, started growing, and we brought it up to well, to this year. As we say, from the beginning of 2022 this year, 2021 this year, shall I say, February, started documenting it on a spreadsheet. And you know, sometime in that month, I started doing videos on a daily basis to video document it, basically. And that's what I'm going to do today. Just open up my browser, my spreadsheet, and add today's figures on how the portfolio has grown, or expanded or contracted. And expands and contracts. Whenever you get an expansion, you get a contraction. And expansions, contractions are natural, normal in the market, in the free marketplace, market forces. So what I'm going to do right now is share my screen to add today's figures. So this is the spreadsheet, as I said. Started adding it, started updating it, shall I say, from the 1st of February 2021. So I started it from very humble beginnings in May, June, and it grew up to 106,000 in the beginning of February. And then since then we've been adding the total in the dollars, US dollars, on a daily basis. So when it's in green, it's when it's gone forward. When it's in red, it's when it's gone backwards. And we continue doing that up until we get to so I started doing that. And I remember when I started doing a video, when I started making the videos, because I started documenting on the spreadsheet, and then I decided halfway through the month, maybe a good time to start videoing this. And I actually started on the 22nd of February, I remember. And it was quite interesting because I was going to start videoing when it had just gone backwards 13,000. It wasn't going to be a very exciting business to say, hi, today we just went back 13,000. Welcome to my new video, the first video of the series with a 13 negative. But I just, some part of me said, maybe I should wait until we get to a forward spell and start doing it then. But I said, no. I decided I was going to do it. I don't remember what day that was. But I decided I was going to start on the 22nd, and I'm going to start on the 22nd. I'm sure that probably was a Monday. I'm not sure. But, I put the figures in no matter how they are. And it's quite strange that my first video happened to be, minus 13,000. But, at the end of February, we had gone forward 37,860, which is 30 on the 106,000, which is 35.7%, or equivalent to $1,352 per day. So in March, we continued doing it, continued, and we had some great runs. And she stopped saying, "We ready?" It's just me. So I had some great runs, and we had some backwards and so on. But at the end of March, the portfolio had gone forward since February, another 126,000, which is 87.81%, which is equivalent to 4,076 a day. So we continue throughout April, and we're not done yet. So we've just gone halfway through April. So now we're on the 16th of April, 2021, and the time is 3:40 almost. So this is where I get the figures from. The investment summary, which is this figure here, which is a combination coming from the live feed, links all the way through to the portfolio, and it gives me, it consists of one Bitcoin, it's a cryptocurrency investment, and this is really more of an investment strategy, not trading. So it consists of one Bitcoin and an assortment of altcoins, alternative coins, and there's the total up here in US dollars, and on the right hand side is the British pounds, Great British pounds equivalent. So I'm going to start with this here. This is updated every 10 minutes through this live feed. So 249,995, 249,995. So the time from this time. So the time is 1540. And what was that number again? 249,995. 249,995.40. 42. And so if I bring this down, this is down a little bit on yesterday. So this is minus 11, so we have to color this red. Red here. And what's the next day? 311,402.31. 311,402.31. 311,402.31. That's minus 12. I've got to be red as well. So that's what it is today. And it's like I said, the market expands and contracts, expands and contracts. And then I guess we'll have some more expansion. So save this. Anyway, so let's stop the sharing. So just before I continue, just to mention that, you know, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a tax advisor, I'm not an accountant or CPA, I'm not regulated. And investments do carry risk. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose, and always do your due diligence and your own research and things that I say before you make any decisions. So that's the disclaimer out of the way. Now, there's two parts to this. There's the mindset training, which is I'm very big on. It played a very big part to me developing the mindset. And I'm talking about the millionaire mindset, as in the wealth and prosperity mindset. Something that I started working on since February 2020, February the 4th, 2020. And then there's the investment strategy as to what do I actually invest in. So this is the twin pillars, and we use two of those in order to get to where I am. And some people think, you know, they can accumulate wealth by being the same person they were when they were broke, and it's not really recommended, and it's very, very difficult to make that happen. And even if you do, it's most likely the person will return to that previous status. In most cases, not in all cases, but in most cases. So it's better you need to become the person first, you know, success from the inside out, and then the outside will come along very easily. It will actually follow very, very easily, be very easy to attain. So if you're a person that has no money, you know, whenever you try and save for money, something always happens and that money gets taken up or eaten up or spent, because an expense always pops up, you know, that eats it up. If that's kind of thing that happens, you keep going round and round in circles, you're never able to save a lot of money because a big expense comes up. Or, you know, like I said, you spend more than you earn. If you spend more than you earn, you know, then, you know, that's a method. That's another way of being broke. It means you don't understand how to the game of money or play it well. Now, the very beginnings of understanding this, I put together free access to a course that you can actually get onto and study and apply, so that you can actually start to get control of your mindset and of your expenditure habits, the way in which you manage money. It's the first step. Because if you don't discipline yourself in that area, you'll never be able to have money or hold on to it. Okay, but if you want to be in a position where you're doing things productively that always make you more money, even on a small level. If you look after small fortunes, you'll be able to look after large fortunes. So where you get access to this is if you go to this website, IamWealthyandRich.com, how to understand the game of money and play it well. Scroll down and fill in the short form. You'll get access to getting your millionaire mindset and investment strategy. It's free right now. I'll send that to you. Now, I'm using some free resources, but I also put my own spin on top of it, of how I actually use these free resources. So study my video first and then apply it and use it exactly the way I teach it. And within a short period of time, you'll find that you're starting to get results and things are starting to change for you. Okay, so I highly recommend you to go here right now. Okay, and that's IamWealthyandRich.com, how to understand the game of money and play it well. And talking about understanding the game of money and playing it well, this understanding the game of money, most people don't understand the game of money. And it's really what's happened is because when I say understanding the game of money, you need to treat money as a business. You treat money as a business. And I didn't say, I know I said understanding the game of money and playing it well is very different from understanding the game of business. But yet I'm saying treat money as a business. You manage money as a business. So your household expenditure, it's a business. And rule number one, there's 2 rules in business. 2 rules. Okay. Rule number 1 is never lose money. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2 is never forget rule number 1. You get it? Okay. If you don't, you can go back in the video and listen to that again. So how are people losing money? People lose money. There's a fundamental way in which people are losing money right now, which is very, very serious. And that is because the expansion of the M2 money supply. Okay, money printing, the amount of money that they're printing is debasing, losing your money, okay, every year. But you've been doing this, been happening every year anyway, but now it's at a much more dramatic rate. And I've done videos on this before. So if you're running a business in an environment where the currency is debasing by 10 to 15% per year, you're losing your purchasing power, you're becoming weaker financially every year. It's in 5 years, you'll be 50% weaker. You'll lose 50% of your wealth over 5 years. So you cannot play the game of money. First of all, that means if you're playing in that arena where you're losing, number one, you don't understand the game of money, and you're certainly not playing it well. You see, you need to be playing with a more superior currency, and the US dollar and the European currencies will have been collapsing at a slower rate than they are in many developed countries like Argentina, Nigeria, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, and so on. Those countries have collapsed drastically. But all the currencies, and the interesting thing is the whole, the US dollar is the world reserve currency. So all currencies, or most of the currencies, shall we say, in the world, are correlated, indirectly related to the dollar. They're correlated to the dollar. So if the dollar is going down, their currencies are going down, number one. But if those currencies are going down very fast, I mean, the dollar may be going down by 10% or 15%. Others may be going down by 80%. So if you look at like Lebanon, their currency has collapsed by, I think it was 90% since 2019. Here we are in 2021. Now that's dramatic. If you're running a business, running a country there, you're basically you're playing a losing game. It's a losing battle. No matter how good your business is, you understand? It's like you're running you're running a business on quicksand. And it doesn't matter how good your customer service is, how all the hard work you put in is almost a waste, because you're working exponentially harder for less and less and less returns. So that is not understanding the game of money and playing it well. The game of money is working against you. You may be good at business. You may be making a great product and selling it for a profit. But if let's say you make something for £100 or $100 and you sell it for $500, you made a $400 profit. But okay, but if you're in a currency where that $400 is quickly going to go to 200 and 300 and what, that means you've lost of your profit. You've lost more than 50% of your profit. You'll lose, so your cash flow that you'll be making is going to get exponential. Your purchasing power is going to be weaker, because the whole purpose of making profit is so that you can reinvest to buy new more raw materials, to make more products, to make sell, to make more profit, to grow. But if you're buying a product, if you're buying raw materials, making whether you're making it or not, if you're selling a product or a service and you're making 50% margin, 100% margin, 200% margin, yet at the same time it's being shrunk 15% a year, it's like someone stealing from you. I mean, apart from the fact that you're taking taxes and everything, then you still what you have left over is still shrinking by 15% a year. It's like someone stealing from you. And if you're in a developed country, shrinking by 50% a year, or crazy figures. I really didn't understand what this meant. I've witnessed a country go from 1-to-1 with the dollar to 1-to-5 to 1-to-12 to the dollar, to 1-to-20, to 1-to-40, to 1-to-100, okay, to 1-to-200. I think we got to 1-to-150, to 1-to-200, then all of a sudden to 1-to-400, then 1-to-650. I've seen that happen in country very close. I'm not going to mention any names. And those who know the pattern I've just talked about will know what I'm talking about. So how successful would you be if you're running a business when your currency is being debased at that rate? You see what I mean? So you need to work, basically how to counteract that is to run your business and the same as your household expenses. If you have a job and you're earning X amount of salary, 50,000, 100,000, whatever, okay? Imagine, somebody who's earning, has a job when it was 1-to-1 and earning $100,000 a year as a salary, a very good salary there, apart from being taxed and all that. And then the currency went down from 1-to-1 down to 101 to over 400 to 1. What has that done for your household income? Okay, your disposable income, your rents that you have to pay, your food, your grocery, your fuel. Okay, looking after your family expenses. Okay, it's hard enough, keeping up with the cost of living. But when the currency is debased that way, there are ways to fight against this. Is by investing in a more superior currency. So, for example, compared to the Argentina peso or the Venezuela bolivar, what it's called, Venezuela currency, and so on and so forth, and Nigerian currency and the Zimbabwean currency, the US dollar is more superior, even though it's debasing itself, but it's still more superior to something that's debasing even faster. And if you save your money in that, or work in that, or have part of your money in that, you would maintain more of your wealth. But the most superior, because you're working with a more superior currency. You see what I mean? If you got paid you say, okay, pay me my money in US dollars instead of the local currency, you would maintain, as the local currency debases, like what's happened in Lebanon over the last 2 years, devalued by 90%. Your income and your savings, your financial resources will be more stable because you understand that the game of money, you're playing it well. You're playing it better. Yeah, you're still not playing it well. If you're really putting your money in any kind of fiat money, you're not playing the game of money well at all. So what is more superior? Well, gold is more superior. What cryptocurrencies are more superior, much more superior. Okay, it's the hardest money. The qualities of money that make money what make money what they are. One of the things about money is that you need a money that is not printed on a regular basis. They don't expand the amount. They don't dilute your share, because you have a limited share of money, and that's your share. Now, when they add more to the money supply, your share is then diluted. Okay, so if you have a system that way, you're always going to be losing. But if you have some of your resources in the Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and there's some even more powerful than Bitcoin from an appreciation standpoint, you will be on top. It's like you'll be fighting the game of money with an upper hand. You'll be winning the game of money. This is where you will understand the game of money. You'll be playing it well, and you'll be winning the game of money because you're using a more superior currency. It's like somebody's selling gold or doing business with gold, and somebody's doing the same business with tin or copper. The person with gold is dealing with a more superior commodity. It's more superior. And so using cryptocurrencies is a much more superior currency to fiat money, that is government issued money. So understanding the game of money and playing it well, that's part of it. Okay, this money we just saw in the background just now. Okay, you need to have the upper hand on it rather than it having the upper hand on you. Because what is happening to 95% of people, I'm being generous, maybe 99% of people, is that they are on a sinking ship. They're on quicksand because they're working and playing with money, working hard in a business to earn fiat money, working hard in a job to earn fiat money, saving and managing their fiat money, which is going slowly downwards. And yet there are others who are working, putting their money into certain cryptocurrencies, and that is carrying them upwards. Well, it's not really, here's the funny thing about most people. Most people don't even know that they're falling. You really don't know you're falling. The reason why is because you're on a big rock. Imagine being a giant circular rock the size of 10 football stadiums. And you're on there with lots of other people, and the rock is falling, but you don't realize you're falling. Why? Because everyone on there is falling on the same level. You're all falling at the same pace. You see, the reason why most people are falling, they've been falling so long, they forget that they're falling. Because they've been printing money like this for years, but not now. They've just put the accelerator up. But most people don't know they're falling because they've been falling for so long. So they're just used to it. And the main reason why they don't realize they're falling is because they haven't hit the bottom yet. Okay, that's why they don't realize they're falling. But most people are falling consistently in free fall. Okay, and another way you might realize that you're falling is if there's another rock. The distance you can see is not too far, and that rock is staying with, and then you can see that you're going down compared to that. That's when you realize you're falling. Okay, so most people are just on a rock and it's going down, they're all going down together, so they won't realize They don't realize they're falling. You see what I mean? So if you're falling on that rock that's falling, you cannot be playing understand the game of money. You're certainly not playing it well. You don't understand the game of money. You're playing it very badly. That's what that means. Okay, so get off that rock. Okay, and onto the other rock, which is more stationary, while the other one keeps going down. You're staying there, you know, and this all knowledge is going down, is going up. Okay, that's the rock you need to be on. Okay, and when you're on that rock, you will start to understand the game of money and you'll start to play it well. You apply some of the strategies we show you in the free training and be on the right rock. Okay, the right rock, the right ground, you will then be understanding the game of money and playing it well. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget, by the way, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share this video, please. I really appreciate that. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. And so that, you know, I'm not giving you bad news. I'm giving you good news, because your antidote to ignorance is enlightenment. Ignorance is not a rude word. It's just a state of not knowing. And most people don't know. So the antidote to that is some knowledge. Okay. So look at things differently. Understand that, you know, there's more to life than just making pounds and dollars and whatever. That is not the be all. That is not the be all and end all. Okay. There's you know, it's got its uses, but it has its massive disadvantages as well. So know where to plant your foundation. Okay, and where not to plant it. You don't plant your foundation in the bank, put your money in the bank to get 1% interest. That is not where to plant your money. You understand? Whereas you can put it somewhere else and get 200% interest. Why would you put it somewhere to get 1% interest? It's just, you know, it was traditional. My father before me and his father before him put their money in the bank. Yeah, times have changed. Times have changed. Okay, if your father before you would have seen the kind of interest they're paying now, the father would have fainted. Okay, because they weren't paying on 1% or 0.1 or whatever ridiculous figure they're paying at the moment. Okay, so those days are gone. But I'll talk about this in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.